Well, another knife, another movie, right? I get to make another movie. This is 20, I don't know, 28? Is this 28 January? 27 January 2020, 2020. Anyway, Anderson Forge Hunter, Damascus gadget. I'm tickled to show you. This is sheath for this hunter. And this peeking out is just some extraordinary, what I call a feather walnut. It's not actually a flaming crotch walnut, it's feather walnut. And let me pull this out of here. Little oil here and there probably. Anyway, this is what we're looking at. Just a random Damascus. Simple affair, but check out that walnut, would you? Check out that walnut. The guy I made the knife for bought some stabilized Missouri black walnut from Don Hanson III, and sent it to me to put on this knife, and this stuff just really rocks. We did 2 additional things on this, 3 I guess you could say. Hot blued the guard. Hot blued the guard. By the way, this handle is, it's about 3/4 of an inch thick. I like them between 3/4 and 13/16. So we hot blued the guard. I haven't sharpened it. Ooh, there's leather debris. Leather shrapnel. Hot blued the guard. And then we put that's about a 35 thousandths stainless spacer between the guard and the handle. And we mirror polished the spine, which some folks would argue is not a spine, but it's the back. They say a dagger has a spine, a knife has a back. I call it a spine. Anyway, wet molded sheath for this hunter, and we'll do a quick takedown, show you how this works. It's going to be a field use, get bloody and dirty knife, so it's a utility. Assembly, and this thing is snug. This whole knife is Guten tight. If there ever was one, this is pretty tight. One thing I didn't do is clean up the tang on this yet, but anyway, here's our finial. Finial is out. I really, on my knives, I don't just grab and pull. Stuff can happen. So I grab my handle, put my thumb against that guard, and pulling on my hand, pushing on my thumb, separate things. Here's our threaded tang, and here is our spacer. Now you could say the spacer could either have been, there's some oil on there. I could have shaped it exactly as to match the handle profile or match the guard, and I shaped the spacer to match the guard. Of course, it's going to have some taper and so forth. Anyway, grab this, keeping my hand away from the cutting edge, and this guard is on there tight. Take it apart like so. Here's our knife blade. Here's our guard. And here, and what I did was, in fact, comes apart just like that, right? When I drilled my holes, I drilled the holes the depth to accommodate the 5/8 pins without the spacer in there. So we could actually remove the spacer and just do the knife without the spacer, and the pins would still work. Anyway, there's a couple little index punches on the spacer that we want to see when we put the knife together, and boop, just like that. Things work out. They usually do. get that going. Get our pins started. Get our finial going. And wonder if we can watch this, if this camera will let us watch the knife come together as I tighten it. There are the handles squeezing up on the guard, and as I tighten it, boom, the guard bottoms out. Anyway, there we are. Anderson Forge Hunter, Damascus, hot blued guard, stainless spacer, polished, mirror polished back spine on the blade, and a 9-ounce leather sheath. Let's go hunting. Okie doke. Y'all have a good one. Spring's just around the corner.